Check, check. Got audio. What's up? How we doing, guys? Wanted to hop on, look over Friday's setup, and see what we got shaking. I won't be able to go live tonight, so I wanted to hop on. I don't like missing. I'm trying to get steady on this, so want to get what's up, Grateful Heart, Francisco. Many blessings to you, brother. Yeah, I'm trying to get consistent here, so I want to stay consistent. Sagoon, how are you, brother? How are you? Good to see you guys. Hopefully everybody's had a good weekend so far. I have had a pretty good weekend. I had a couple shows to play, and been pretty cold here, though, I know. Happy Sunday to you, Sheldon. Errol, good evening. Good afternoon for me. I'll wait a couple minutes here. Give everybody a minute to log in. What's up, Graham? Graham, I do covers and originals both. I play out. I'll do about 120 shows a year. Semi pro, I guess. Kind of Americana, country meets rock, and I do a little bit of everything when I do covers. Do a lot of. I'm a big Tom Petty fan, and Stapleton, a lot of blues rock. I played a lot of rock growing up, and just a little blend of everything. But my style's like singer songwriter, Americana type stuff. Grateful, I'm up in Virginia, man. Just I'm on the border of Kentucky and Tennessee, all the way down in the very tip of Virginia. So I'm more like, I guess I'm more so from Tennessee, Kentucky. Nobody understands when I say Virginia. They're like, "Oh, where'd you get the accent from?" But it's Virginia's like, anything north of Roanoke, the whole state changes. It's kind of a different atmosphere, different story. This is like the Appalachian Mountains. What part of Carolina are you in, Grateful? Greetings from Manassas. Hello, Ryan. Hard copy. Yeah, I'll travel a few hours for music, like 2 or 3 hours. Then it starts getting hard to justify it. I used to do a lot of traveling. If the money's right, I'll go out 4 or 5 hours if I can make it. Fayetteville, okay. Let me see here. I think I passed through there. What's up, Jays? Happy holidays to you, brother. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah and all that good fun stuff. Fayetteville, North Carolina. Where is that at? Pittsburgh in the house. Snowy Michigan. What's up, Cheryl? Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, I've got some family down, where is that? Winston-Salem. You have to go through High Point and all the Asheboro. I see Fayetteville now, man. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I've been through there. I was thinking differently, though. I guess I thought it was more Asheville way down 26, but no. Thanks, Brandon. Retired from the Army. Okay, man. Sweet. Thank you for your service, my friend. Richmond in the house. What's up, David? Yeah, thanks for your service. Grateful. Heck yeah. Everybody had a good weekend, hopefully, so far. I've been watching Suey a little bit here. I scalped it earlier. I don't know if you guys ever do y'all trade crypto much? I've been watching this one heavy. Of course everybody has, but yeah, I just traded on Coinbase. But a good method I've been watching, and I saw Josh talk about it a lot too, guys, is this on the 1 hour. I've been scalping it, and I'll pick it up down here when it gets. I got this one the other day. This was a biggie. I actually got out too early, but if you go back and look right here on this RSI, if you guys ever implement this trading views, it's a good picture, good view of it right here. See how it got really oversold right here? I snagged the bottom of this red candle and ran about half of this up. I missed a lot of it though, 'cause it ran like a scalded dog. I got out too early, but that oversold on the 1 hour is money. I got it here this morning also, and got 420 to 435. It was a good chunk for a scalp. I've just been scalping it on its way down here a little bit, trying to let it settle. So happy holidays. Okay. Crazy K, that was on crypto. I don't. Firefly, this is a trading view, but I use Webull a lot. Is my main thing. That's where I do my. Buy and sell orders is on Webull. It's got great charts. There's a few bells and whistles that TradingView has that it don't, and of course you can't really chart crypto on Webull. There's only a few listed that have the charts remaining still. So I want to go over our method and look at Friday. This is the daily on the SPY. And we definitely got a good pop off of it. Look, we were pretty oversold. This drop here killed it. If you pull it back to the 1 hour, this does work on stocks and stuff too, using oversold. And the 1 hour oversold usually delivers a pretty good pop. Right here was that big day, which I missed. You see where it gets below 30 here, you start getting oversold, and it can go. It went all the way to 13 on the 1 hour, which is insane. And that's one reason we got that big pop Friday, was because we were so oversold. And if you'll notice here, we also got a cross up on the MACD. But. Let's get the. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, guys. We're going to pull up the 5 minute. This is where we mark our structure. Why am I on this chart? There we go. Sorry. There we go. Got my indicators up now. Okay. So Friday, we had bangers, 2 bangers, I think, on the live that morning. If anybody's not in the upper tier on the VIPs, let's do the telltale signs leading up to the Big Papa Friday. See how you played it. Yeah, Bernard, that's what I'm doing right now. Yep. So, man, there went Suey. I got out too early. Up to 4:40. Okay. Need focus here. Okay, guys. So we set our charts up this way. I'm going to change this color here. Let's do like pink. And pink. Okay. Here's our morning structure. Now, we sold off hard. What was that? Wednesday? Yeah. Check this Fallout Wednesday, guys. Look at this crap. If you'll notice up here, it was given the signs. I had stated under 602, and then under 600 was going to be a big drop. But once it broke VWAP and we got under the 9 EMA, look at this MACD on the 15 and the 1 hour. Look at this 1 hour. Even the one hour broke the 9 and VWAP up here. It was screaming to get in, because look at this RSI, guys. Once that RSI started pointing down and the MACD flipped down under, it was screaming to get in. It was screaming to it. It said, "Come take my money." Of course, I was away from the computer. It was late in the day, so some of these plays takes patience. If you wanna, and this was this Powell? Yeah, it was Jay Powell speaking from the Fed minutes. This was at 2:00 that day, so you had to wait till 2:00 before you really got anything. Once we got so oversold, let's go to a higher time frame, 1 hour, okay? Keeps on going back on me. All right, here's your 1 hour. Look at the RSI. Remember, guys, under 30 is starting to be oversold, and we're due for a pop when we get that. What's up, Cashin? Ace. Yep. I'll tell you my indicators. I do it just about every video. I pay a lot of attention to higher time frames on the RSI for buying pressure, selling pressure. And then when the MACD is in confluence with it, meaning they're running together, guys, that I like having 2 or 3 things telling me to get in a trade or to get out of a trade, all right? Confluence is what you need, because you can't just go off of one simple thing, right? One indicator don't work. It's never going to work much. Every now and then you'll get lucky, but that's it. You got to have two or three things telling you. So when Josh and I talked early Friday morning, he was even he he was even debating going straight in when the market opened, which would have paid, but it was a little riskier. So we decided not to since we were on the live. And when we come out of a big drop like that, like we had on Wednesday, Thursday was look at this crap Thursday. But we had it, if you were in my live, we had 120% winner that day off of that double bottom. We marked it. We ran it from we ran it from right here all the way up and had 120% win. But this was mostly a consolidation day after that big drop on Wednesday. We consolidated, and then we sold on off again in after hours and pre-market. Now, this was, you need to mark this on your charts, 577.75. That was the low of all that big drop, so that could come back into play. When we opened up Friday morning, this is how we start, guys. Your first 3 5-minute candles, we take a mark, we take our horizontal line, and let's look. 1 candle, 2 candle, 3 candle, right? So we're going to put a line on the bottom of the body, and then another line, this red one, on top of the highest peak of that 3 candles. Okay? 1, 2, 3. When we get those 3, that's our morning structure is established. That is our morning structure, and what we're looking for. This not 100%, but it's a pretty solid foundation to build on. When we get these 3 candles marked, we're looking for breakouts above or breakouts below of that structure. And you get faked out sometimes as part of it. Like this wick right here, this green candle. We come up, touch the high, got rejected, 584.12. We came back down, tested the bottom of structure again. See how it held? Bottom of structure held. This one looked like it was going red, and we were starting to look at puts because it was under VWAP. This gold line here is VWAP. The green line is the 9 EMA. The red line here, that's my 200. That's the only 3 things I got up, okay? The 9, VWAP, and the 200 EMA. All right. So the next thing we have to do is be patient and wait for breakout of the structure. This candle closed above VWAP. This candle closed above VWAP. This candle closed above VWAP and was starting to push out of structure. Now, was it risky? Yes. It was risky to go ahead and go in at the top of this candle. But that's an early entry. Sometimes you can go early, if depending on your risk tolerance, what you want to risk. Or you wait on the next candle to close, the next 5-minute candle. See how this one closed on top of our structure? Even if you waited on this one, this was a heck of a run. Once this candle closes green on top of structure, we have confluence here. See the MACD starting to push upwards. To double check yourself, you go to the 10-minute. Look at this MACD. We're on this candle here. See the MACD pointing upwards for us? And the RSI pointing up, up, up. It was all telling us to get in. And we got in. And I think some people, I got in 2 or 3 times on this. Some people run 200-300%. It was some big bangers that day. But there was our entry. And because we're on top of morning structure, because we're over VWAP. That's 2 things telling us we can take this trade. We can take risk there, right? The other couple of things was the MACD and the RSI pushing for us. RSI's the wind behind our sails, guys, with buying pressure, okay? So to enter, you're watching the 5 for a closed candle versus a 15 candle, even though you're past 10:30. Yeah, yeah. I at least want a 5 minute candle to close up there. And we were at 10:20 a.m. So if you wait on a 15 to close, it is more confirmation, yeah. Like this one here, I guess is what you're talking about. That would have been past 10:30, up to 10:30. You could wait on that for more, but you're missing a lot of the move. See? Here's our morning structure. The top of this red line. Once this candle closed, it gave us signs to get in. Okay? It's a good foundation. It's not foolproof. It's not 100% because some days you get range days, right? And that's why we use a stop loss. Some days are going to ping pong and range around, and then we have to trade the range that it's given us. Usually, if it's not broke past 10:30, you're usually going to hold high and low of the day. When you get 10:30, 11 o'clock, and you've established the low and the high, it'll usually hold in there. And then if it breaks it, you buy it. But you got to have you got to have a few things telling you. You know, RSI, MACD has got to agree with you. Yeah, I'll give it to you again, Alan. Oh, excuse me. My indicators. The gold one is VWAP. The green one is the 9. And the red one is 200. Okay? Alan, my RSI is just standard RSI that comes on Webull. Now, I also use TradingView some. And I use a few different indicators on TradingView. I like the RSI is a little different. It gives you a signal line to cross over, kind of like the MACD. Right here's the RSI on TradingView. And just to show you, we're on the 5 minute on TradingView. I'm going to show you how we set that up. Okay, here's 1, 2, 3 candles. So we're going to the top of this, top of that body. Let me zoom in a little here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to take another horizontal line on the bottom of these 3 bodies, which was this candle, right? Okay. So there's our market structure, and we're waiting. I don't even have VWAP or nothing set on TradingView because I'm just trading structure. Okay. What times and days? Thanks, Dwayne. Yep, you're correct, brother. And then RSI and the MACD on the bottom. Okay. So the RSI on TradingView is a little different. It gives you this crossing indicator. If you go to like the 15, you'll see I like a higher time frame for better confirmation. You'll see we started getting on top of it in pre-market. It was pushing us up. We got overbought now, ain't no doubt, up here towards the top of this day. And the MACD also, see the MACD pointed up for us. RSI pointed up for us. It was all confluence, guys, and we were above structure. That's the most important thing is getting above structure. What do you mean by structure, and how do you determine it? Mark, I think I just explained that. So how we start off today is the 5-minute candles, okay? I'll go through it one more time here. When you start the day off on the 5-minute, you're going to count the first 3 5-minute candles, okay? 1, 2, 3. And then you make you a horizontal line, whatever app you're using to chart, and you put one on the top of the high of these 3, whatever the high point of these 3, you place your line on top. And then whatever the low of these 3, you place a line on the low side. Okay? Guys, I'm going to be doing some classes pretty soon too through the Discord. We've not announced it yet, but it's coming where we can do one-on-ones and stuff, okay? So going back to Webull, when I say structure, it's the consolidation for a period of time of candles, Mark. So, if you go to the way I get levels a lot is by identifying structure. And when I say structure, it's periods of time that the chart consolidates in, okay? So like on a higher time frame, I got so many lines on this one. On a higher time frame, it's going to show you structure better of where the chart consolidated at, where it found buyers and sellers battling it out. Okay? And that's one reason I use TradingView and I use this volume profile. The volume profile will show you where most trading happened at. Yeah, no problem, Mark. Buddy, I'll go over stuff as much as we need to. That's what I'm here for. Okay. Now, if we go, let's look at the daily here for a second. I'll show you. If my PC don't lag out on me here. And Mark, you see these lines coming across the screen? It's easy to see with this. This is the fixed range volume profile, okay? And you just take it, let's go back to August. From now till back in August. And it's going to show you fixed range volume profile, Robinhood. Okay, these lines right here are coming out and showing you consolidation points. And you see how this comes out way out here? This is a consolidation point where most of the volume was traded at. And that is where, like when we move down, you'll see spots that stick way out, and that's what will catch. That's what will catch the price action from coming down below it anymore. It acts as support. It's showing you support and resistance. So it's showing you gaps in volume. And when you find gaps in volume, like right here, I was telling you guys, see how I had this arrow? Horrible arrow, but an arrow nonetheless. In this gap right here. Look, guys, when we dropped out of this, and I showed y'all this last week. Look at this yellow line. When this price crossed under this, look how flipping fast it fell, man. Because of this gap. This gap in buyers and sellers. There was nothing structurally there to hold that stock from falling. It zipped right through it. It come through like a knife through hot butter. And it's the same way. It's like let me draw you a look at this. You see this? That's a consolidation area. So I find these consolidation areas, I draw boxes and I draw lines, and when that price starts to move over or under that consolidation area, you can about bet that that's showing you direction. You know, you can say, oh, this thing's starting to come out of this box to the downside. We're gonna fall, and sure enough, we did. You know, because there just wasn't a lot of, especially right in here, was nothing. Nothing caught it right here because there's just not a lot of structure there. And it fell down to all this cluster right here. You see this? If I could just move this stupid thing. Now look at this little area right in here. All this junk right here. That's what caught us. See? Lines right up with it. It came to the bottom of this set of structure and bounced. Gave us a green. Right. Yep. So this is a handy tool, man. I use this a lot. Fixed range volume profile. Works really good on intraday. Works really good, going out on larger time frames, getting your levels. Okay. Yeah, Mark. Okay. Let's go back to Weeble. Let's look at the 5-minute again. I want to show you. This was the call, guys. See this structure on Weeble? You can, this is your indicators tab. Here's your drawings tab, and I like to use. Of course, I can't find it now. I like to use this rectangle a lot. See, a lot of people draw those. It's easier to see. So you can just set your box on the top and the bottom of your structure. Here was our structure that we determined. And once price started crossing that structure, and we're above VWAP. We're not below it, we're above it. So we want to go into calls here. And it's, it's simple in a lot of ways, but it can also, be difficult too. You'll notice there was no consolidation here, so it zipped through it, guys. On the smaller time frames, you had this little area of consolidation. So you could wait for this price to start crossing out of this box. You go into calls again because price is crossing up. We're above VWAP. MACD still pointing upwards. And that's where I re-entered. I had 588 as my first target. That's why I got out right here that morning. And then I re-entered one more time right here and ran it about halfway because, one, I was happy with profits. Two, the MACD and RSI were starting to show a curl. So eventually price was going to drop. And I'd rather sell into strength. And I'd rather sell into strength instead of trying to like panic out once I get a reversal, like a red candle or something like that, Thank you for the use of that triangle instead of the line. I don't know if I understand that, Grateful Heart. Thank you for the use of that triangle instead of the line. Oh yeah, it's for the rectangle. Yeah, it it works. It's a little easier to identify, and uh, especially like if you're. I start switching these time frames throughout the day. You have to go on higher time frames for more confirmation. It's just that's how it is. But I'm still constantly flipping back to the 5 and the 3 to see little consolidation areas and to see how those candles are doing. So I identified that little area, and this works. This works everywhere. Higher time frames, lower time frames. Make yourself a box. Yeah, I got you, Grateful. SC Nate, do you mainly focus on the 15-minute? No, I mainly focus on everything. I um, I'll start going to. I usually flip to 15 first for extra confirmation, and then I start going to the 1 hour, 30-minute, and 1 hour. It starts showing you, especially on the RSI, if this RSI is on a big incline like this ascending. Look at that, man. That's screaming up right here. I love the 15 and 30, and it slows the chart down for you. Randy, good question. Are we heading to? If I knew that, brother, we'd all be rich. I'm gonna say, I don't like making predictions like that. I like to see what pre-market does when we open up Monday. Do you trade on opening bill? Victorious. We wait. We wait for 15 minutes is our general rule of thumb. What we do, 15 minutes to get that market structure that I was showing you. $15 is a good point for the market to settle. Some people won't trade until after 10 or 10:30, and it's just because it's so volatile, man. The market is just it's so volatile. The first 5 and 10 minutes, it's hard to. I usually won't unless it's breaking like a big level for me that I've had marked. If it's starting to cross it and break over, kind of like Josh's trades. If what if we gap up or down? ESA says. Well, if we gap up Monday morning, and Friday looked strong. Let's go here and look a second. $600's like a good resistance above, guys. It's a psychological number. It's a big even threshold to cross on that dotted line right there. You need to have 600 marked, and that's where all this previous consolidation. See all this right here. So I would say 600, then 605. You know, there's stuff in between 602. I had 602.50 or 602 marked also. Those are resistances above. But as far as like if we gap up, then we just have to wait and see what it does. If we gap up, we may go up to resistance to 600 or to. We hit 595 Friday. So the next thing I want to cross is previous highs. I always mark those. So I'm coming up here and marking 595.80, 595.75. So that's the next thing I want to cross before I consider calls. 595.75. So, well, yeah, 595.75. Really close at it. You need to mark that. BK dot. After 11, I used to give everything back. Yeah, BK. After 11:30, it starts getting dicey because the volume has went down so much. Just a second. Joy, did you ever get in? 1:30. I don't know if she ever got in or not. Trying to access the live. Should just be a link to click on, right? Got 36 likes. All right. 44 watching. Thank you all, man. Let me send her this link. Yeah, I think some people get confused, man. We don't use that where it says live trade. We tried doing that for a while, but it caps out numbers, and we wanted to we didn't want to have a cap on how many people could get in. So we ended up but we don't use that anymore. I mean, other people can get on there and chat audibly if you want to, but we don't use it anymore. I think people get misled by that. I always post my YouTube link underneath my Spylord channel, and so does Josh under VIP channel. So be sure you guys remember that. BK, yeah, YouTube is like 5 seconds. I think I timed it the other day. I've got my latency on low, so it's about 4 or 5 seconds behind. And I know that makes a little difference when we're live trading. So I try to call numbers out as they're approaching what I'm looking at. And that's another reason why everybody needs to learn to set this structure yourself. Don't wait on me and Josh and all that. So you can do, this is easy to do. Marking your structure, having these indicators on your chart. And, I think the more you learn to do it for yourself foundationally, you just build on this foundation, okay? Yeah, you can copy and paste the link in YouTube. Rando. Yeah. You shut my door there, bud? Yeah. Thank you. And I try to have some of these levels marked for us. And then I'm constantly adding levels. My main target the other day on Friday was this because of Thursday's highs. And look right where we consolidated, guys, and couldn't get over for a little bit right at Thursday's highs. And then you had Thursday's main high up here, which wasn't much structure, as you can see. See? And Friday once we chewed through this structure, we zipped right through on up to blow off. It was a rocket ship. So really, if anybody got in these and held them, what makes you keep holding is starting to look. Excuse me, I'm so dry today. It's starting to look at the higher time frame RSI and MACD, guys. It's hard, especially when you're up like 50, 75%, 80%. You have to learn mentally to take profit. It's okay to take profit and not worry about 200%. That's why the more confident you get in your setup, you can take multiple contracts. You can take 3 and 5 contracts instead of just one. Even if you're just starting, don't try, just do 2. And when we get to a particular target, go ahead and take profits on one and move your stop loss up on the other to let it ride a little bit and give you keep a little skin in the game that way. But get used to taking profits 20, 30%. There's nothing wrong with that. See if I've missed any more. What is the relationship? Oh, Essa said, how do you play the range? Well, Essa, there's a few ways of playing it. Best I can tell you here, let's go back to Thursday. Okay. Thursday was a range day, right? Yeah. Okay. Here's Thursday. Got a naked chart here. If you got TradingView, this is one of my favorite tools. Session Volume Profile. Okay. On Session Volume Profile, after 1030, the high value, this white line, there's a high and a low, and then there's a middle line here called the POC, point of control. Okay. It acts like a lot of volume. And you can see this big volume bar. That's where it sets it at, because that's where a lot of buyers and sellers were at. Okay. If you only played, after 1030, those levels are set. And traditionally, the way this is set up is you buy calls at the bottom. You buy puts at the top of value area high. Value area high, value area low, POC. Sometimes the POC is hard to get through, and when you break it, it accelerates. So, like that day, you had an opportunity here at 1035 to buy calls from 586, even just where we stopped right here, 588 almost. That's a 2-point move. You could have got out on this wick. You probably would have got a 1.5 out of that. And then you retested bottom again. It's, guys, if it's not breaking, then it's holding, and you have to respect the range that it's setting for you. And it's so, these range days are a little tricky. Look at the MACD. It's all over the place. So it gets on the 15-minute. Let's do this again. On the 15-minute, Look how tight this MACD was. In the RSI. It couldn't go nowhere. It was consolidating. So on those plays, you have to be okay with smaller moves and taking profit. If you don't, you're going to miss out. If you keep on trying to hold, you're going to get wrecked. You're trying to hit home runs when all you need is base hits. That's all you need. Base hits add up. So that day, and this was the day that I got 120% on a move in the live, we bought calls right here. It was a double bottom. This would not break down. So I set a horizontal bar under my lows. And I said, okay, if we're not breaking those lows, this is just structure. We're just trading price structure. We just established here at 10:30, 10:35, we couldn't break it. So again, at 11:05, we stayed there for 10 or 15 minutes, couldn't break it. So we bought calls here and ran them all the way to the top of value area high. This is saying get out because you're at the top of the day. Again, bottom held, top held. So could have bought calls here, sold and bought puts here of the value area high. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. If you bought puts up here, basically you would want to get out right here. And that was still huge profit. Then it come and broke under. So usually when it breaks under value area low, you take it to the low side, and lo and behold, it did break on down, but it was after hours coming into pre-market. I don't want to hold overnight. You could have held overnight. You would have got wrecked the next day. You would have. Where'd we open at? I guess it still would have been up if you were into puts right here. Yeah, puts would have still been up, but I wouldn't have wanted to hold this overnight. Not at the very end of the day. You already had a bunch of good plays right here between value area. So it's just establishing highs and lows for you. And, that when you break it down at the end of the day, you want to buy. If you're buying calls, you want to buy low, sell high. If you're buying puts, you want to buy high, sell low. Sometimes you just got to make it simple and respect your areas of resistance and support, because they hold till they don't, right? It's good till it ain't. That's one way I play range, is using that session volume profile. Other ways I play, I mark my own levels, like on Webull. We don't have that, so it's got volume profile, but I don't like Webull's volume profile. So if we go back to Thursday, you see I had my marks here earlier, took them off. Once we hit this bottom right here, I made a mark. So when we came back down and we didn't break it, I bought calls right there. I think it was 125% win that day. I stepped out and I said, guys, it's going to do it again on a higher time frame. And when you go to the 10-minute, look at this double bottom. Boom, 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 right here. Right here was calls again, all the way back up to the same highs. It held 2 times. So when it holds, man. Oh. I mean, if we gap up or down. Crazy K, if you were going to trade the late session, do you do another 3-candle structure at 3 p.m.? Or as a new guy, should I just stick to the morning? Crazy K, I would stick to up till about noon, 11, 12 o'clock. And you can come back 2:30, 3 o'clock. Sometimes you start getting more volume and moves, power hour. I don't really look for 3 candle consolidation or something like that. I take it as the day goes. If I get consolidation, I mark it. I mark the high and the low of the consolidation. Wait on the breakout. Dwayne, I'll trade usually a couple, 2 or 3 hours in the morning, and then I'm constantly looking though. I basically look all day because I'm trying to give setups for you guys too. Hey Mark, thanks man, appreciate that. Have a great Christmas. Guys, I'll say it one time. If you go to the comments, it should be on the comments. Let me double check. Oh, it's right here where it says like spy chart recap. You can hit where it says more. There's a link under there to join the Discord. That's my referral link. If anybody wants to upgrade to the VIP tier, it helps me. I don't get paid. This is how I'm making my living now. So people that do want to support me, they will unsubscribe and then resubscribe using my link. And if you do that, I greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to do this full time for you guys. Lost my job last week, and I feel like this is a new door opening for me. So this is what I'm trying. So if you go and unsubscribe from the Discord and then resubscribe with mine, it gives me some help. Josh has been nice enough to do that for me. And or if you just upgrade, you can use that link also, and it's also under my Spy Lord channel in the Discord. Okay. I don't like to hammer that much, but I do like to say it because this is how I'm making my living now. We get down. Yeah, I'm not sure if I understand what you're saying. If we gap up or if we gap down, then what? It's hard telling. If we gap up, we still got 600 is in front of us. We got to clear. I think Josh said that in his video too. 600 is the next big resistance for it. We have to get over 600 to start being bullish again. If you come to the daily, and I've got to wrap up here, guys. If you come to the daily and you look, the RSI did turn back up now after Friday. So we've got some mixed signals. MACD is starting to straighten out some. Thank you, Brandon. Yeah, I'd love to get 2,000 subs, dude, and just build and build and build. I'm gonna be here with you guys. We're gonna do the thing. I'm here for you, here for me too. But I'm here. I really love helping people, man. Thank you, grateful. I appreciate that, my friend. Appreciate that very much. There's a lot of people starting to do that now, man. And Josh totally give permission to do that. That's why he gave me the link. I would never go against any of his wishes. He's been super nice to me and become a good friend. We will use the 3 to 5 minute candle structures if we gap up or down. Sorry, I did not clarify. Still use the 3-5 minute candle structure. Oh yeah, if we gap up or if we gap down, like in pre-market, I still use those 3-5 minute candles to mark morning structure. I also will mark, especially on a big swing in pre-market after hours, I will go ahead and mark pre-market lows because we held there. Even though there's not a lot of volume here, I'll still mark it because it can come back into play. I get what you're saying now. And then if you can mark, you can mark pre-market. It don't hurt. There's just not as much volume there. But when it's a bigger swing, I definitely mark a low or a high of pre-market because it usually comes back into play some. So as of right now for tomorrow, 595.75 is the next level to break above for calls. And I'm not going to call lows yet. I want to see. I'll get rid of some of these lines. As far as lows go, you can always mark this 584 needs to be marked. That was regular trading hours low of that big run of those 2 days. So, right here's why I got that marked. I'm stupid. It was right here. 581.40, and if we begin breaking under 581.40, we're probably going to start flushing hard again. So need to keep those up. Just Q, brother. When do I mark your morning structure? Okay, you might have got in late. You take the first 3 5-minute candles. So I start marking it when we start opening. Once I get the first candle closed, if you have to wait 15 minutes to do this. So once these 3 5-minute candles close, I'll go ahead and have a mark on the top and one on the bottom of the body. I don't usually mark the wicks on these first 3 candles. We want the bodies. That's where most of the structure's at. It was an easy play Friday, just coming out of structure over VWAP. And then I use this 9 EMA. Only on the 5-minute chart do I do this, but I use it as a trend guide. As long as it's holding the 9, if I'm in the trade and questioning, I will wait till it breaks the 9 before I get out. And if you would have just rode that all the way up, you had every bit of it that day. Or you get happy with profits and you get out, which is what I did. What a bunch of us did Friday. We made good. Yeah, Derek, you're very welcome. Thank you. Oh yeah, you can mark pre-market like I was saying a minute ago. If it's a big swing, like Friday morning at 577.75, I marked it just because that was lows. I was like, hey, I want that on my radar. And if we would have started crossing under that threshold, then I would have went into puts. So yeah, from market open, the first 15 minutes, you take those first 3 5-minute candles, mark the top, mark the bottom. That's your structure. Then it might take, it took an hour to break that, almost an hour. You got to be patient. Sometimes it's patience game. Patience pays. All right. Yep. All right, guys, I think that's going to finish it up today. I'll post levels in the morning and debating. I may be live in the morning. We'll see. I'm trying to do. Josh does Wednesday, Friday. I've been on his lives with him lately, and I think I'm going to continue. And then I think I'm going to do Tuesday, Thursday. So that'll have 4 days out of the week live trading with us, with the community. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So tomorrow we'll see. Mondays can be volatile, so we'll see. I will post levels in the morning, and you'll hear from me. If anybody gets a question, tag me on the Discord. All of this is for education. It's not a recommendation for you to buy, hold, or sell. And as always, man, I love doing this, guys. If you want to support me, I really appreciate it. Don't forget, if you want to, you can go to my link, and you can cancel your membership and resubscribe under mine, and it gives me a percentage of the referral, and it helps me a lot. I'm trying to grow this thing and be with you guys. If I can, man, I'll trade live every day. I love it. Love doing this with you guys. Okay, Tom. I'll tell you what, Tom. If you're gonna get on, you're off work, brother. I'll go live with you. Actually, might as well, because Wednesday's gonna be closed. Market's gonna be closed, right? So yeah, let's go live tomorrow morning, guys. We'll go live. I'll post levels pre-market, and we'll see what we got. Okay. If anybody gets a question, you can at me. I will not open your ears. Anybody that's brand new, I will not message you and ask you for anything. Neither will Josh or anybody else. Those are scammers. If you're brand new to this Discord, you're going to get people are going to reach out and try to scam you that use our pictures, and they just copy and paste it, and they'll tell you, oh, I'll manage your account. We can copy trade and send me this, send me that, and they rob you blind. Do not fall for it. Can't say it enough. Again, if you want to support me, my referral link, it's always on my page under the pinned links, and I try to put it on the YouTube videos too. So it goes a long way for me and my family. Appreciate you guys. Mark, thank you, brother. Appreciate that. I'm going to do the thing, man. We're going to do it. All right. Let's get us another banger tomorrow, guys. All right. Peace, love, be good to each other. See you.